Now, students, in this particular topic, I will be dealing with the questions that are based on rate of growth. Rate of growth. These questions will be of the type. Suppose I say a principal doubles itself, a principal becomes double of itself in 4 years. Okay. So, in how much time will it become four times of itself? Okay. See, students, when I say principal becomes double of itself, what does it mean? It means this is the principal, it becomes P plus P. Okay. So, in 4 years, what is the interest? The interest, this is the interest. Okay, this is the interest. So, the interest is equal to principal. So, what I get, I earn, I earn P rupees, I earn P rupees in 4 years. Okay. Now, in order to go from P to 4P. Okay, P to 4P. What does the word 4P means? The word 4P means, the term 4P means P plus 3P. So this P gets converted to 3P. So that means my interest is how much? My interest is how much? My interest is 3P. So that way I can say, if I earn P rupees in 4 years, so in how much time will I earn 3P rupees? 3P rupees will be earned in 12 years. So that way, my dear students, what I can say is, if I need to go from P to 4P, this will be done in 12 years. This is the thing which I need to explain to you, and I think I have done it very comfortably, very easily. You must have grasped this. So, should I take one more example? Let's take one more example, no problems. See, suppose I say an amount triples itself, triples itself in 3 years. Okay, then in how much time will that amount becomes, let's say, nine times of itself? Okay, how much time? Let me see if this is visible, or yeah. So clear now. See, students, one thing I have done in detail. I'll afterwards I'll do the question by a very shortcut. In the basics itself, I'll tell you the shortcut. Let's do this one question in detail, one example in detail. P becomes 3P in 3 years. Okay. So what does it mean? It means P becomes P plus 2P. So that way I can say my earning or my interest. Okay. Interest or earning. Earning is equal to how much? This earning is equal to 2P in 3 years. So I earn 2P in 3 years. ठीक है? Okay. I earn 2P in 3 years. If I need to go P to 9P, what does the term P to 9P means? P to 9P means P becomes P plus 8P. Okay, P plus 8P. So here I can say I earn 8P. If I earn 2P in 3 years, so I will earn 8P in how many years? This is 4 times. So it will be again 12 years. Getting it? So from next time, I'll be just calculating 2P is earned in 3 years, so 8P will be earned in exactly 4 times of it. Getting it, dear students? Let me teach you the previous example on this basis only. See, I can say, if I earn an amount of P in, see, when I go from P to 2P, when I go from P to 2P, I earn single P. Single P is earned in 4 years. Now I need to go from P to, so single P is earned in 4 years. So if I go from 2P to 4P, I'll have to earn 2P more. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, getting it? In earning rupees P, I take 4 years. So in earning 3P, I will take 12 years directly. This is the main crux of this thing, and now I'll be dealing in few questions. Okay. So I hope things are clear to everyone. Okay. So now let's start with the questions of this time. Just give me a second. A certain amount becomes thrice of itself in 20 years. Look, P, a principal becomes 3P in 20 years. What does it mean? It becomes in 20 years, it is like P plus 2P. This 2P is being earned in 20 years. Okay, this is the earning. This is the earning. We earn up if a principal becomes 3P, it means P was initially I earn how much? I earn 2P now. Now what is being asked, in how much time does it become double of itself at the same rate of simple interest? Now what do we need to find? I need to find 2P. How many years? What is that time? So how will I do this? I know this becomes 2P means P plus P. Now this is my earning. If I earn 2P in 20 years, so I will earn P in 10 years. So that way my answer is 10 years, and I am sure it must be clear to all of you. Should I move ahead? Okay. Let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next question. If a certain scheme of investment in simple interest triples your investment in 8 years, see, triples your investment in 8 years means this U was P. Okay, it becomes 3 times of itself in 8 years. That way, I can say P plus 2P. You have to focus on this thing only. 2P is your earning in 8 years. Okay, if you want to quadruple the money through this scheme, for how many years you have to invest in it? Quadruple means you want to make it 4 times. Okay, you want to make it 4P. So what is the time? You need to find the time now. So it will be what? P. Directly you just consider P plus 3P. See, you earn 2P in 8 years. If you earn 2P in 8 years, it means you earn P in 4 years. Okay, I am writing earn. In you earn P in 4 years, so you need to earn 3P. So 3P will be earned in how many years? You earn rupees P in 4 years, so that way you will earn 3P rupees in 12 years. This is your answer. Option number 4 is your answer. I hope it must be clear. Let me show you a few more examples of this type. So that way it becomes P plus 4 by 3P, or you can say it becomes P plus 1 by 3P. That becomes 2 1 by 3P. So it will become 2 1 by 3. That is option number 3 is your answer. I'm sure it must be clear to all of you. Let's move to the next one. A certain sum doubles in 7 years at simple interest. The same sum under the same interest will become 4 times in how many years? See, so easy actually. Let's say a principal, it becomes double. It becomes 2P. 2P means what? 2P means it becomes P plus P. So this P is your interest. and you receive this interest in 7 years. Now you need to make it four times. So P to 4P you require the time C. So P to 4P means P plus 3P. You just need to focus on this thing and this thing. So if you earn P rupees in 7 years, if you earn P rupees in 7 years, you will earn 3P rupees in 3 into 7 is equal to 21 years. So easily done, my dear friends. I hope you are very thorough with you will be very thorough with this, and this topic will be very easily clear to you. I hope will be clear to you. So let's move to the next topic now. I'm winding this thing right now. So now, student, we have another type of questions in which our principal gets doubled. I like this very much because this is very easy. The question might appear to be lengthy, or it might appear to be a bit tough, but actually the question is very simple over here. You will very easily be able to solve it. Let's look at the question here, and let me tell you the concept. If a certain principal becomes double of itself at a simple interest in 12 years, find the rate of interest per annum. See what it is given. I gave someone P rupees. Okay, P rupees. After that, for some time, the interest is calculated. As a result, the amount becomes how much? The amount becomes 2P. I'm not sure if it is visible. Let's say right now it was visible. So the amount becomes 2P. Okay, dear students, the amount becomes 2P. Now I again write P plus I is equal to 2P, or I can say P plus I is equal to P plus P, that is I becomes equal to P, that is interest is equal to 100%. Interest is equal to 100% of principal, or if you say interest is equal to principal, what does it mean, dear students? It means that the interest earned is equal to 100% of principal. Interest is 100% when the interest is equal to P. P is what? P is any number. P is 100% of itself. So this is 100% of the principal. This is the thing. Whenever my principal gets doubled, it means that the interest earned is 100% of the principal. So here what we are being told, if a certain principal becomes double of itself at simple interest in 12 years, find the rate of interest. So here what I can say, here I can say 100% interest is earned in 12 years. Okay, then interest in interest in 1 year will be what? How much? That will be equal to 100 divided by 12. 100 divided by 12, that is 81 by 3%. I hope it's clear to all of you. 81 by 3% per annum. This is your answer. Whenever it is being told that the principal becomes double, so that means the interest earned is equal to the principal. This is the main thing. The interest being earned is equal to the principal. Okay. The interest being earned is equal to the principal, that is 100%. So very easily you can solve that. Now we have done one question. Let me show you a few more examples of this type. So let's take one more example. We'll take few more example because I'll just tell you how to solve them literally verbally without even using pen. It will be very easy. Just have a look at all these questions now. Okay. The next question we have in front of us is, if a certain principal becomes double of itself at simple interest in 8 years, find the rate of interest per annum. Okay, directly. What will be the rate of interest? Rate of interest will be 100% interest is earned in 8 years. So that is 100 by 8 is 12.5% per annum. Why? Because I told you, let's say our principal was 100. To this, some interest is added. It gets doubled to what? It becomes 200. So the interest is 100, or I can say the interest earned is equal to 100%. So whenever the amount principal gets doubled, the interest earned is 100%. This 100% is earned in how many years? In 8 years. So in 1 year, how much is earned? In 1 year, we earn 12.5%, or we can say that the rate is equal to 12.5% per annum. I hope it is clear to all of you. Let's do few more questions very fast. Next we have is, if a certain principal becomes double of itself at simple interest in 15 years, find the rate of interest. What will be the rate? Rate will be 100% divided by 15. If you cancel them by 5, you will get 20 by 3%, or your rate becomes equal to 6 2 by 3% per annum. Clear? Yes, it must be clear to all of you. Now let's move to the next one, and we will do it very fast. If a certain principal becomes double of itself at simple interest in 5 years, find the rate of interest. Double of itself in 5 years. So I can say 100% interest is earned in 5 years. So that way rate is equal to 20% per annum. That is equal to option C is your answer. One more very fast. What is the rate? A question is being given, it becomes double of itself in 4 years. What am I doing? Am I teaching nursery kids? I don't think so. You are experts now. You can immediately solve this question. Why am I repeating these questions again and again? Because I want you to grasp the concept and solve them literally in no time. 25% per annum. This is your answer, my dear students. Okay. Yeah. Next one, students. A sum becomes its double in 10 years, find the rate of simple interest. See, when I say a sum becomes double, P becomes P plus PP. This P is earned in 10 years. So I can say 10 years, I earn how much? I earn 100%. In 10 years, the interest is 100%. So in 1 year, how much will be the interest? In 1 year, the interest will be 100 by 10%. That is, in 1 year, I earn 10%, or I can say that the rate of interest is 10%, quite easily done. Okay. A sum of money at a certain rate per annum of simple interest double itself in 5 years. See, doubles means, whenever I say double, I means I earn 100% in 5 years. So what is the rate of interest? Rate of interest is 20%. This is the rate. Okay. Second case, another different rate becomes 3 times in 12 years. See, 3 times means from P it reaches 3P, or I can say from P it becomes P plus 2P. This 2P is the interest. 2P is the interest means earning is how much? The earning is 200%. See, P in itself is 100%, so 2P will be 200%. 200% in 12 years. Okay, so in 1 year, how much will be the earning? In 1 year, earning is equal to 200 by 12%, or we can say 100 by 6%. That is equal to 16. 2 by 3. By chance I have left out the options, no problem, but it is 16. 2 by 3% per annum. This is your answer. Let's take the next question, dear students. In how much time will a sum of money become double of itself at 18.75% per annum simple interest? We have already discussed this thing, how to do it. See, double means 100% interest. So 100% at the rate of 18.75. This is what you need to find. Nothing else, my different 100 divided by 18.7, or I can say this is percent over here also. So 100 upon 1875.75. This I can say 100 into 100 upon 1875. Okay. So had it been 2000, it would have been 2000 into 5 is 10,000. So my answer would be 5 years some months. Getting it 5 years some months. So let's check it out. I cancel this by 25. I can cancel this by Okay, if I cancel this by, see, I cancel it by 25, it will make things easy. How come? Look, this is 10,000 into 10. 1000 into 10. 1875 is what? 1875 is actually 125 into 8 plus 7, that is 15. This way. So 125, you will get 8. This is 80 upon 15, or this is 2, 3. This is 8 into 16 by 3. So your answer is 16 by 3 years. 16 by 3 you can write as 5 plus 1 by 3, or 5 years 4 months. Do we have any such option? Yes, option B is your answer. I'm sure it is clear to all of you. I think previously and with this combined together, we have done a lot of questions on this topic. We can wind this up right now. I hope you all must be very thorough with this. See, students, now I will be telling you a very good question of simple interest by a very beautiful method. The method is allegation method. I promise you, you will love this method. Let's just start with it, okay? It will really save a lot of time of yours. Let's start. Suppose I say that I give someone, uh, some two of my friends, some amount for loan, equal amount, let's say equal amount for loan. On one, I charge 8%. On the other, I charge 10%. Okay. On the one, I charge 8%. On the other, I charge 10%. And after 1 year, I get a rate of interest that is equal to 9.2. 9.2. Let's say this is scheme A, this is scheme B. Okay, this gives 8% interest, this gives 10% interest. This 9.2 is final interest, total interest. So, what was the amount invested? What was the ratio of the amount invested in scheme A and scheme B? A very easy method of doing this is you do cross subtraction. What is cross subtraction? It is like this: 8%. You take the difference of these two. The difference of these two is 1.2%, and the difference of these two is 0.8%. So their ratio comes out to be 8 is to 12, or you can say 2 is to 3. That is, if I give some money to my two friends, on from first I charge 8%, from the second I charge 10%. Okay, it's not the same amount, unequal amounts. Huh? I'm telling you, I'm unequal amounts. Okay, unequal amounts. Okay, if I charge 8% from the first and 10% from the second, and the net result, finally, the whatever the amount I get is equal to 9.2% of the total money I gave them. Then the ratio in which I gave them the money was 2 is to 3. Let me show you some more examples of this. Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah. Let's take some more examples of this. Suppose I say that I have, I give, I have a total of 12,000 rupees with me. Okay, of out of these 12,000, I gave them to A and to B. From A, I charge 7%. From B, I charge 10%. Okay, and the net result which I get is 8%. The net result, the net interest, total interest from this 12,000, I get a total interest, let's say 960 rupees. Okay, the total interest is 960 rupees. Now, if this total interest is 960 rupees, you just tell me how much amount did I, how much is the principal which I gave to A and to B. See, if on 1200 rupees I get an interest of 920 rupees, so percentage rate percentage what is what I get a total interest of 960 rupees by giving someone 12,000 rupees into 100. Let me just check if this is visible. Yes, this is visible. Okay, so this is how much. Zero zero cancel, double zero cancel. This is rate is how much. Rate is equal to 8% per annum. So I can say that I got how much amount? I got 8%. Okay, so how much did I give? How much money did I give to them? This is 10 is to 8. 10 is to 10 minus 8 is 2. 8, but difference of these two, 8 minus 7 is 1. So the ratio in which I gave them the money, the ratio in which I gave them the money was how much? It is 2 is to 1. So that way I can divide this amount as 8,000 is to 8,000 and 2,000. This is the 8,000 and very sorry 4,000. So you can divide this 12,000 into 2 is to 1 part, that is 8,000 and 4,000. That is, I gave A rupees 8,000 and I gave B rupees 4,000. I am very sure it must be clear to all of you. Okay, let's move further ahead. Let me see if this page has space. Yes, this page has a bit of space. No problem, I will do in this part. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can do next question in this part. Let's take one more example of this type. Suppose I say I have a total of 12,000 rupees with me. I give them to A and to B. Okay. To A, I give this at a rate of interest 8% per annum. To B, I give this at a rate of interest 12% per annum. Now, total interest. The total interest which I get is the total interest which I get from this amount is, let's say, uh, 1080 rupees. Okay, 1080 rupees. I have to tell how much did I give to A and how much did I give to B. See how to do this. See, interest percentage. Interest is how much? Percentage interest is 1080 rupees out of 12,000 rupees. So far clear. In order to get converted into percentage, I'll have to divide multiply by 100. Zero zero cancel, double zero cancel. So what do I get? 108 by 12. That is 9% per annum is the combined rate of interest. So if I get 9% per annum, so what I'll do cross subtraction like this. 12 minus 9 is how much? 3%. 8 minus 9 is how much? 1%. Okay, so the ratio is 3 is to 1. Just divide this 12,000 into the ratio 3 is to 1. That is 9,000 and 3,000. I hope you have very easily understood this. That is, I give to A, I give 9,000 rupees. To B, I give 3,000 rupees. So this is the amount which they get. Now let's take few questions directly. Let's have the question. Ananya borrows rupees 1,500 from two of her friends. She pays interest. Ananya, you know, Chanki Pandey's daughter, okay? Let's say she borrows some money from Alia Bhatt and Ekta, Ekta Kapoor, okay? No, not Ekta Kapoor, Shraddha Kapoor, okay? Ananya borrows rupees 1,500 from two of her friends. She pays interest at the rate of 12% per annum for one loan and at the rate of 14% per annum for the other loan. The total interest she pays for 1 year is rupees 186. First of all, let's calculate how much is 186. Rate percent. Let's calculate rate percent. Okay. Let me just check if this is visible. Yeah, this is visible. Okay, no problem. So rate percentage, she pays how much rate? 186 rupees on a principal of 1,500, and this divided by 100, this cancels with this. So 186 by 15, you can say this is exactly 12.2, or if you want to go in detail, let's cancel this by 3. You will get 5, and this is 6, then 2. Okay, 62. So this is equal to how much? 12.4%. This is the rate of interest. Okay, now what happens is she borrowed some part at 12% and another part at 14%. What is the net she is getting? She is getting 12.4%. If I do cross subtraction, dear students, what I'll get? This is 0.4% and this is 1.6%. So this is in ratio 4 is to 1. If I need to divide this 1,500 into 4 is to 1, what I'll do? I'll say 1,200 and 300. Okay. So we are asked how much does she borrow at the rate of 12%? So at the rate of 12%, she gets 1,200 rupees. I hope this is Easily understood to all of you? Yes, it must be. So I should be moving to the next one now. Let's take the next one. Sallu Bhai borrowed an amount of rupees 30,000, a part of it on simple interest rate of 12% per annum and remaining on simple interest rate of 10% per annum. If at the end of 2 years he paid in all 36480 to settle the loan amount, what was the amount borrowed at 12% per annum? See, what was the amount? First of all, amount was 36480. What was the principal? The principal was 30,000. What is the interest? The interest is 480. Okay. What is the rate percent? The rate percent is 480 rupees being paid as interest. This is the principal, this multiplied by 100. So what I can say, let's cancel three zeros, 1, 2, 3. 48 divided by 30. 48 divided by 30, I can say 16 by, this is 16. If you cancel by 3, this is 16 by 10, or this is equal to 1.6, 12% per annum, 10% per annum. Let me check. Just give me a second. Dear students, I'm very sorry. This is 6480. I am extremely sorry. 30 divided. This is 648 divided by 30. Now, if I cancel this by 3, it becomes 10. And on the top of it, what was the amount? Okay, 2 years. See, the 2 years, the interest is, so this is the rate for 2 year. Rate percent for 2 years. So the rate percent for 2 years is, if you divide this by 10, you will get 216. 21.6. 21.6. So rate percent for 1 year will be exactly half of this, that is 10.8. Now there is not too much in the question. You can easily solve it now by doing the cross subtraction method. Okay. See, one was at 12% per annum, the other was at 10% per annum, rate being to 10.8. If you do the cross subtraction, what you will get? 12, 10.8, this is 1.2 is to 10.8 minus 10, 0.8, or I can say 2 is to 3. So you divide 30,000 into 2 is to 3, that will be 12,000 and 18,000. On 12,000 was the 12% one, and on 18,000 one was the 10%. We are being asked the borrowed at 12% per annum. So what was being borrowed at 12% per annum? 1200. That is option number A is your answer. I am sure it must be very clear to all of you. So this concept must be also be clear to all of you. So now I think that I can move to the next topic. We have done sufficient number of questions of this type also. There's only one thing remaining, and then there'll be entirely a different concept. In this concept, there's one more thing remaining. That let's just find that up so that we may proceed to the next topic for the next class. Uh, okay, let's finish this. Now let's take one more concept. The concept is total interest. See, in this concept, what we will be doing is total interest is, let's say I1 plus, let's say there are two or three cases. So what will we do? The total interest will be the sum of the two or three cases, like I1 plus I2, or let's say I3 if there are three cases. Suppose I say that I have 10,000 rupees. Okay, what I do, I divide this 10,000 rupees into parts of 4,000 and 6,000. This part, okay, let's say somebody tells me I divide this into 2 to 3, then it becomes 4,000, 6,000. Then on this part, I charge the interest at the rate of 7%. On this part, I charge the interest at the rate of 8% per annum. Now I'm being asked to find the total interest for 2 years. Okay, for 2 years. So what will be my total interest? My total interest will be I1 plus I2. What is I1? I1 is principal into what is the rate? Rate is 7 for 2 years divided by 100. I2 is what? I2 is again the principal. What is the principal? 6,000. At this, I charge the interest at the rate of 8%, and again for 2 years, this divided by 100. What I can do is I take 1,000, a 10, and a 2 common. From the numerator, if I take 1,000 common, I get 4. Here I get 4. Here I get 7. Plus 2 I have already taken. 100 also I have already taken common. Then here what I'll do, I'll get a 6 and a 8. This is what 10 into 2, 20. 20 in the bracket. What do you get? 28 plus 48. Okay, so this is 20 and this becomes 76. So what is my total interest in this case? This is 1520 rupees is my total interest. This is the way of doing these sort of questions. Now let's move to the this was example. Now let's move to questions. Now we have one more question. Let's say calculate the rate of simple interest for the first 4 years if a sum of rupees 360 amounts to 540 in 9 years at the rate of and the rate of interest for the last 5 years is 6%. Okay. See, first of all, what is the amount? The amount we get is 540. What is the principal? The principal was 360. What is the interest? The interest comes out to be 180. Now this total interest 180 is what? This interest I 180 is this I can say I is equal to I1 plus I2. What is I? The first part is 180. What is the interest on the first part? Calculate the rate of simple for the 4 years. If a sum of rupees 360, the principal is 360, time is 4 years, rate we don't know. Okay, divided by 100 plus for the second slot. For the second slot, we have the principal is 360, the time is 5 years, and the rate is 6%. Okay, so this way we can do it. You can cancel one zero, you can cancel 10. Take 10 over here, this becomes 1800. I hope it's visible. Yeah, all this is visible. Okay, this way 1800 is equal to 36 into 4 into r. Better way is, okay, I take 36 also common. Here I get 4r plus 30. Getting it, my dear students? So 36, if you cancel 180, you will get 5, then a 0. So 50 is equal to 4r plus 30, or you can say 20 is equal to 4r. This way you can say that a rate of interest is 5% per annum. Do we have any such option? Yes, option B is the answer. I'm sure it must be clear to all of you. Okay, students, this was one question. Let's take some more. Rahul Sharma lent rupees 400 to Virat for 2 years and rupees 100 to Mahi for 4 years and received together from both rupees 60 as interest. Find the rate of interest, simple interest being calculated. Okay, we are being told to calculate the simple interest. Okay, let's say, see what is the total interest. Interest will be I1 plus I2. Okay, the total interest is 60. This is calculated in two parts. First of all, 400 is given. Okay, for 4 years at a rate of R%, let's say to Virat. To Mahi, this is given 100 rupees for 4 years at a rate of R% divided by 100. If I cancel zeros from here, what I'll get? 60 is taking 4 common. Taking this 4 common, we get 4R. 4R plus 1R. So 15 is equal to 5R. So that way, I just committed a small mistake. I thought I didn't see this 2 years. Okay, so 2 comes over here. This becomes so easy now. This is 2R plus R, or you can say this is 3R is equal to 15. So that way, R is equal to 5% per annum. Do we have any such option? Yes, we have option A as the answer. Very clear? Yes, it must be. Let's take some other questions. The next question we have is, if the total simple interest on 600 rupees for 4 years and on 600 rupees for 2 years is 180, calculate the rate of interest. See, this is a very easy question. See, the total interest is what? I1 plus I2. This interest is given to us as 180. This 180 is how much? 600 for 4 years at a rate of R by 100 plus 600 for 2 years at a rate of R again by 100. So what I get? 180 is equal to this 0 cancel, again this 0 cancel with this double zero. That you can take 6 R common, it becomes 4 plus 2. This is 6 cancelled by 180 will give you 30. 30 is equal to 6R. So that way your rate of interest comes out to be 5% per annum. So students, these were the concepts which we were supposed to discuss today. One more class is remaining. That also I will cover very soon. That also I will give tomorrow. So far we have done abundant number of questions from this topic, and I am sure all these must be clear to all of you. So I am winding up this class. We will meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Good night. Bye bye. Carry on with your studies. Please, please, please don't waste any time in any unnecessary activities. This time is very crucial for you. As always, I'll insist, study with your full force. Don't waste time. This is very important. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.